Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? My name is JD and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay. We're playing Plunder again, and in this game we're actually playing Plunder solo. So normally in this game mode you don't want to play solo because it's gonna be impossible to really win, but in this game we actually do something unbelievable and we actually pull it off to win all by ourselves. So of course that kind of gives away what's gonna happen in this video, but this video is more meant as actually a guidance to how to actually win this game mode, even when you're playing or by yourself or when you're playing with bad teammates. Now of course in this gameplay I'm kind of gonna have to tell you that if your opponents, like you have like an opponent squad against you and this opponent squad is actually really good at the game, there is not going to be a chance really that you're going to win, because they can just collect way more money with 3 people than you can by yourself. And the reason why I'm saying 3 people instead of 4, because right now we're playing Plunder in quads, so we're playing Plunder with 4 players, is because this gameplay is a little bit old. This gameplay was kind of a little bit back in the day when there were still 3 people playing trios in Plunder. And perhaps in the future, Plunder goes back to trios, right? Like, you never know. Maybe it stays quads, maybe they make it duos. I have no idea, but at the moment we're playing quads, and to me, quads is actually better than trios. I prefer quads just because we can add an additional teammate, of course. But not everyone, and here is a very important part, not everyone is having the chance to always play with more teammates. Same goes for me. Sometimes I unfortunately have to play all by myself. And in that scenario, in that case, you're very often getting teamed up with players that are not really good at the game. So in this case, I'm just gonna try to pick up as much money as I can. Just gonna try to win. But I already knew kind of right from the start that it was gonna be almost impossible. But because my opponents apparently made some mistakes and because I played a almost flawless match, I was actually able to win this game. So in this game, I'm always going for the same exact looting route. I always start in the same building as I started in this game, and I'm just making my way down towards this area. So in this game, I'm just gonna commentate over what I'm actually doing because it's quite long. It's like 19 minutes, so yeah, it's gonna be long to actually talk about other stuff than just the game itself. But I'm just gonna show you how I try to actually play out each and every scenario and how to actually play out the situations that I get into, and then hopefully you're gonna be able to make better decisions yourself when you're actually playing Plunder, and hopefully you can actually increase your total amount of victories. At the moment, I actually dropped out of the top 20 in Plunder because I haven't been playing a lot recently, which is quite unfortunate. But I still have like really a lot of wins. I'm just outside the top 30 at the moment in Plunder PlayStation 4. But my victories is over 300, which is quite insane for the placement that I'm at. So right now I kind of looted my normal looting area, and the question is kind of what am I gonna do. So I'm starting up this Recon to pick up 60,000 extra cash. Normally I wouldn't recommend doing that this early, because this early in the game you can normally pick up more money by just looting than actually being stuck for like 30 seconds at an objective, at a mission, you know, because you have to leave your normal looting area, you have to go somewhere else, like it takes traveling time. It's not too great really in general to go for a mission this early, even though like that's just the case. You don't want to go for this mission because there's just way more loot still on the ground because it's still very early in the game. Now in this game you can see I already have 300,000 cash. If I would have had teammates, we would have been close to 1 million. Now maybe already having 1 million in this case would be a little bit too optimistic, you know, a little bit too positive, but we would be at least at like 700,000, I think, maybe 750,000, something along those lines. So within the next 2 minutes or so we would have had like 1 million, and the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game would have already started. In this case though, I still have to save all my money, which is the most difficult part in actually playing by yourself and playing solo. Now in this case, normally I would have like not gone back, but in this case I probably hurt opponents. So I'm kind of trying to check where my opponents are. There is someone above me, or at least that's what it looks like, and I'm kind of trying to get away from this position. I see an opponent there, I want to walk away, but this opponent starts shooting at me. I didn't know that he was there, very unfortunate timing, but that means I just have to go for the gunfight. I have to win. And that's also what I do. So I have 4 armor plates. I'm able to heal up completely to 250 health again. But I know I'm gonna get pushed. And exactly that is gonna happen. I throw this grenade at this opponent because I want to finish him off. I don't want him to self-revive. That's the main thing. I want to make sure that's not happening. But I'm getting pushed by 2 opponents, both at a different time. So I'm just gonna take care of these 2 opponents in the hope that this other guy doesn't have self-revive. And, you know, in that case, I can just get out of this situation. Now, the unfortunate situation actually happens here. This guy starts shooting at me. I have to kill him. And now I think, okay, everything is clear. Like, that's about it. I'm gonna heal up a little bit. Maybe I want to pick up the loot, but the main thing that I want to do is the Recon is only 1 minute and 30 seconds left. I want to get to this Recon and actually pick up 60k, and then I'm having a good match. But apparently someone else, it wasn't a team wipe, so therefore I kind of already thought that this was gonna happen. Unfortunately, someone wanted to kill me, and I actually dropped a lot of cash. So as you can see, I dropped over 100k in cash, and at this point I thought, you know, this game is over. Like, it's a game over. I'm never gonna make it, even not in the top 10. It's impossible. But the next things that you're gonna see is quite good. It's quite good. It's, yeah, we're doing a really good job after this. So the Recon is still there. I still spawn like really like just at hospital, which is perfect. So I can go for the Recon, and after that the goal is to get out of this place, out of this situation, out of this location, just because there are too many opponents. I'm all by myself. I'm getting shot at from, you know, really high building. This person is most likely not gonna challenge me. He's not gonna run or actually fly towards me because he is in a power position, and usually the people that are at that position around this time of the game, they're not really gonna push you. They just want to, you know, stay safe. And yeah, that's kind of the advantage that I take here, because I'm just gonna pick up the 60k, you can see, just in time, and then I'm just gonna go to the bank. That's really a strategy that I can tell you guys. If you're playing with a full squad, especially now when you're playing with quads, if each and every one of you drops in a different bank, you usually are able to loot around 400k just by going into the banks, just close to 400k. Then you loot around the banks, and since you're with 4 players, chances are they're gonna be done with actually reaching the 1 million before the 10-minute mark. Or not just chances are, you should be easily able to actually reach the 1 million before the 10-minute mark. Maybe already within 5 minutes. I don't know how quick you guys are, but that's really a tip that I can give you guys. So right here, trying to heal up as much as I can, and I can see, you know, I'm already 7th again, trying to loot as much as I can here, but it seemed like some opponents were already here. I don't know, like there was not a lot of loot in the bank, to be completely honest, and I'm just gonna try to grab as much money as possible, because that was kind of my idea at this point. Like, I was like, okay, I'm still playing for the leaderboards. I didn't pick up a lot of money until now. I got killed. Chances are I'm gonna lose, you know, very likely I'm gonna lose and not gonna win. I'm just gonna try to get as much money as possible, at least, so that I can at least improve a little bit in my ranking on the leaderboard. So once again, normally in other matches I wouldn't really go for this Recon at this point, because there is just a lot of loot in different locations. But because I was all by myself, getting at least some money is definitely worth it. So therefore, I'm just running into this building. Unfortunately, the Recon was on top of the building, so I'm just trying to grab as much money as possible. Here I heard actually a box, so therefore I went for it. And yeah, that's kind of the main start of this game. So I'm planning on going for the Recon, but as you can probably see, let's see what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna drive away, and I'm actually gonna go to the cash drop. So you can go for the Recon. It's gonna take you 30 seconds to be on the Recon, plus you have to get, you know, to the area that you have to be at. So it's gonna take you over a minute at least to actually do the Recon, and you're gonna earn 60k from it, you know. Very likely it's actually gonna take longer than a minute, but okay. At least you're gonna earn 60k but it's gonna take a full minute. If you go for a cash drop like this one, you're actually making 100k, and the only time that it takes is about 5 seconds. Is this 5 seconds? Yeah, this is like 5 seconds. So it's gonna take you about 5 seconds to get 100k, and then the good thing is you can start up a bounty. A bounty is gonna get you $75,000. In this case, I wanted to start up the bounty and not really go for it because it was probably too dangerous, because you know, you can see how much money I have in cash. Like all the money that is with me is in cash. So I still turn on the bounty because if someone else kills the bounty, as you could have seen, or as you saw there, like if someone else kills the bounty, you at least get 24,000 in cash, so you still get money. So that's a good thing. In this case, I'm going into Circle Town, that's how we call it, but it's hills. And I'm gonna go for the next cash drop, but I also saw that hills was already looted, which is very unfortunate because hills is actually a good location to loot after you actually dropped into hospital and after you haven't reached like the 1 million yet. And now I'm just gonna drive away. To be honest, oh, there you can see. I just wanted to give myself some feedback in this gameplay. To be honest, I was like, you should have turned on the bounty, but apparently I did, so that's very, very good. And now I'm gonna drive back into hills, but oh, that's the feedback that I can give myself. Like, you know, there were already enemies in hills. You could have seen it already earlier, but you didn't really pay attention. So definitely place for improvement. Also for someone that used to be in the top 20 in Plunder, there is always room to improve. And there is one of the moments that I saw that I could definitely be better in the future. So right now, I'm just going to as many locations that I can to pick up money. I'm at 683k, and apparently I'm #1 in the lobby again. I don't know how that happened. Like, to be honest, I feel like the opponents are really messing this up, and they're really giving too many opportunities to just other squads to really win this game. So it's quite strange that you're playing this game mode with like 102 players. You're playing it with like over 30 squads, but no one has already been able to accomplish like not even 700k. So that's quite unfortunate. So in this case, I'm gonna start looting this area. This area is also very strong to loot. It always has quite a lot of cash, quite a lot of boxes, and I'm always kind of disappointed when this area is already looted before I come here. But it's not very popular, which I think is very strange. I think it's a very strong location to actually go to. So I'm just gonna make my way around here. I'm gonna try to get as much money. And in this case, I'm kind of calculating that, you know, if in this area I can pick up at least like in another 170k, I'm gonna be able to go to the next bank in Promenade West, and once I'm there, I can pick up the, you know, other remaining 100k that I need. So it's looking very good. The only thing that I'm afraid for is that I'm gonna have opponents actually looking at me or actually gonna come for me, because then, yeah, I'm kind of screwed. So here I threw a smoke. I don't know why. I tried to pick up the stopping round, the stopping power. What is it called? The extra powerful rounds. I forgot the name. Stopping power? Is that what it's called? And I'm just trying to make my way around here. And I'm also going to try, and as you could see, I'm trying to see if there are opponents on my minimap. But I don't see them. So that's a very positive and good thing. I got my UAV, so that's always very good. And the extra 24k, definitely helping out, you know. Extra 24k is always good, you know. And I'm still picking up a lot of boxes, and in this case I knew, like, if there is not gonna be any opponents here, I'm gonna be able to go to the bank, to the next bank, gonna be able to hit 1 million, and from there on onwards I might have to try to see if I can maybe hunt other players or something along those lines. So here I got a cash balloon. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna use it. Looking back at it, it's maybe smart to use it and at least save a little bit of money. But in this scenario, it could also very well be that I'm like, okay, once I hit 1 million, my money is gonna be safe anyways. I just want to be as quick as possible to actually grab as much loot as possible. It's kind of up to you what you want to do. What I did here, definitely more risky, but probably it did pay off, you know. Maybe if I would have used the cash deposit balloon, it takes like about 20 seconds before the thing is gone. I'm gonna be slowed down by that thing for at least 20 seconds. So yeah, I think I missed a little bit of cash there. I'm not too sure. Could be. So we're getting really close to 1 million, right? We're getting really close to 1 million, and I'm kind of looking on the map where I have to go to actually grab money at the bank. So I'm not too sure if I'm actually even gonna go to these next 2 buildings. Yeah, I should have done that. Like, there were still 2 houses left that I didn't loot. But in this case, I'm trying to find money in this location, and luckily the bank wasn't looted yet. I kind of stressed out a little bit because there was no money in the first room, and normally there's always money. But as you can see, I reached 1 million, and in this case I just knew, like, my opponents are not getting closer to me, which is kind of weird. As you can see, they're still stuck at like 800k or something, and I'm trying to pick up still as much money as I can. And I was actually looking if there were any missions around me, like if there was maybe a bounty or anything along those lines. Like, a recon is not something you really want to go for at this point, but a bounty is always good to do. Like, in the end game, bounties are very powerful, but there literally were no missions here, so I just had to loot as much as I could. I knew, like, you're gonna have to survive the next 3 minutes, you're gonna have to pick up as much cash as possible, and then you'll most likely win. So at this point, like, just over 2 minutes left, still no opponent that actually reached 1 million, which is quite sad. Like, to be honest, it's quite sad that I haven't at least accomplished that until this point with 3 players. Like, you know, I don't really know what to say about that, but in this case, I knew that I almost did the impossible. So looking back into this gameplay is about 2 or 3 weeks old. I see, like, not really a lot of flaws. The only flaw that I really saw is that I didn't go or I didn't, like, catch straight away that hills was already looted when I first drove through the city. So that's a little bit unfortunate, because that definitely would have saved me like at least 10 or 20 seconds perhaps. And something that I'm also doing right now is I'm playing with a heartbeat sensor. In this game, I'm not doing that, which is quite strange. Because especially when you're by yourself, you want to know, like, the positioning of your opponents. Whenever they get into a gunfight with you, when you are with less players than your opponent's squad is, you always want to make sure that you have more information and more knowledge than your opponents have. So in this case, I didn't do that. So for you guys, it's definitely recommendable to actually pick up a heartbeat sensor. So in this case, also, I would maybe recommend myself to actually use the cash balloon. Like, just throw it in. You know that there are no opponents in this area. Just throw it in and actually put in the cash and leave it behind and just keep on looting. And that's kind of what I would have recommended myself, because if I would have died right now, I probably would have lost. That's the point. But I could have saved my full match already, knowing that it's very unlikely for opponents to actually get the amount of money that they need at this point, because they still need over 200k at this point to actually beat me. And, you know, if they actually get more than 200k, the fact that I'm still looting here is not really gonna help me out. At this point, if I die, I'm gonna lose 100k, but I'm never gonna pick up 100k here in this area anymore. So it's better to save it, because statistically, it's just a better strategy. But as you can see, they do get really close to me at the end. You know, they at least get somewhat close. But I end up winning anyways, and I was just shooting a few bullets there to celebrate the victory. So that was it. This video is still 30 seconds long. You can see the total cash that I get. You can see the XPs and everything along those lines. But this was definitely a good match. 1.29 million. I don't know if that's a personal record, but it was definitely at least very close to a personal record. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll have a new video for you guys very, very, very soon. See you guys later. Bye bye. Oh, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.